This is PE Module Unit 3. We will cover competencies G, H, and I in this unit. We've already covered A, health and fitness promotion, B, active lifestyle benefits, and C, fitness methods in Unit 1. In Unit 2, we went over developing motor skills, enhanced skill development, and modifying instruction. As I stated, Unit 3 covers G, H, and I, which are movement pattern evaluation, games or sports strategies and tactics, and collaborative environment. So to recap, the objective of these units is to provide students, understanding these units is to provide students with an understanding of the concepts, principles, skills, and practices of physical education to plan and implement effective and engaging physical education instruction through the following components: movement pattern evaluation, games or sports strategies and tactics, and collaborative movement. So to recap what component G of competency for physical education is, the beginning teacher evaluates movement patterns to help students improve performance of motor skills and to integrate and refine their motor and rhythmic skills. And so in doing this, we're looking at that improvement piece. You're looking at pattern recognition and feedback. Improvements in performance of motor skills requires pattern recognition and feedback from both the student and the teacher. The student as they become more aware and accustomed to the skills, and then the teacher as you recognize current student levels and then facilitate opportunities for students to continue to be success or continue and maintain that development or enhance, again, that development. That continuity can be integrated through activity breaks like dance games that are like freeze dance. You have the repeat the beat. And so with the freeze dance, you have students, there's music on, they're dancing freely and able to move about however they want, but then they must freeze when the music pauses. In repeat the beat, the teacher will either play or demonstrate a beat pattern, and the students must repeat the beat. And so this is how you can integrate these different motor skills into their already scheduled activity breaks in the classroom, and then you can refine them through practice. You can increase the elaborate nature of the repeat the beat. You can get really intricate with the repeating the beat, and this could, cause some laughter, and laughter is also a great way to improve the mood in the classroom. Component H covers games or sports, strategies, and tactics. This is looking at the beginning teacher understanding a variety of strategies and tactics designed to improve students' performance, improve their teamwork, and their skill combination as part of games and sports. And so when you're looking at improving their teamwork, their performance, their sportsmanship, you talk about leadership. Learning to lead and follow. Leadership means learning to lead others as well as learning to follow those who lead. And this is a great skill development in game and sport, but also a great skill development in life. While a leader may be identified in your class, leadership roles should be fluid, with students kind of stepping in and out of them depending on the situation. Hard work is essential to the success of the group, and so while performance may vary, they should have a constant or consistent effort that's maintained. There's really no such thing as giving 110%. If everyone gives 100%, that's more than enough. And that's what you ask for and expect in your classroom. Remembering that communication is key. Communication is the key to successful performance and successful teamwork efforts. Strong communication makes it possible for students to know the strategy, know what's coming next, know how to correct an error, how to praise and give accolades to themselves and their peers, and developing ways to strengthen communication through your students rather than just hoping that they'll just talk it out with each other, right? So this is something that the instructor is accountable for as well. And to that point, accountability. Accountability is a very necessary part, I should say, of teamwork. Students are accountable to each other for their actions, their effort, and their performance. A collaborative environment typically keeps behaviors positive. If these behaviors shift negatively, the classmates are there to hold each other accountable. And this is a great skill set for them to learn for life, not just in the participation of game and sport, through game and sport, but what a great way to teach a life lesson in a fun and safe environment. And then we have practice. That practice piece of strategies and tactics should not focus on perfection or comparison to their peers. The emphasis here is on the students gaining confidence to complete tasks and improving with each practice moment to reach the next desired skill level. Let's move on to component I. And refresh your memory on this one. It is the beginning teacher selects and uses instructional strategies to promote students' knowledge and application of rules and procedures, etiquette, and fair play in developmentally appropriate games and activities. So we call this a collaborative environment. And in a collaborative environment, you want to establish your rules early. Have some sort of signal that's established for activity breaks so that every student knows what's coming and when it's coming and how they should behave. Also establish rules for equipment. If there's a certain way that equipment should be gathered, if there's an equipment person who's responsible for setting up the equipment, or a group of people, if that's their task for the week or the day, then have those rules established early on and make them very clear. Also, define consequences. If there's someone displaying poor sports etiquette or play etiquette, poor sportsmanship as it's called sometimes, understand and define and make clear what those penalties are for poor etiquette. This is, again, a great life skill that can be taught through a fun activity like sport or play. If we want to continue playing, we want good outcomes, we do the things that are part of the rules, not the things that result in a consequence. And that should be established early on and made very clear to not just the students, but you're sharing those rules with the parents, with the teachers, and the administrators. If everyone knows what's expected when your activity breaks come, and everyone knows what the consequences are for not following the rules and expectations of those breaks, and that playtime or our organized sport time, then everyone is on the same page when consequences are doled out. And then finally, practice those rules. Have practice sessions where you go through and have a run through of, okay, I've given this signal, I'm going to time you all. I've given the signal for putting out equipment. What are the rules about putting out equipment? Repeat the rules together. All right, if the equipment managers are supposed to do this, where are they supposed to take this? Take it through and have everyone practicing so that everyone knows, even if it's not their week to be the equipment manager or to be the leader for whatever that activity is, everyone knows what's expected in those roles, and when the time comes, everyone knows the rules, everyone knows the consequences, and everyone is ready and prepared. That will also make for a much more smoother transition from the structured curriculum part of the day into the activity part of the day that enhances the curriculum or builds on the curriculum, and also gives that recharge and refocus moment and opportunity for the student. So this collaborative environment is also a way to foster a healthy learning environment. This has been the Unit 3 that covers G, movement pattern evaluation, which is to evaluate movement patterns to help students improve performance of motor skills and to integrate and refine their motor skills and rhythmic skills. H, game, sports, strategies, and tactics, which is the beginning teacher understands a variety of strategies and tactics designed to improve students' performance, teamwork, and skill and combinations in game and sports. And then finally, component I, a collaborative environment. The beginning teacher selects and uses instructional strategies to promote students' knowledge and application of rules, procedures, etiquette, and fair play in developmentally appropriate games and activities. You have completed Unit 3. So your next step is to take the Unit 3 quiz and then move on to your final lecture unit, Unit 4.